Welcome to IGCSE and A-level chemistry classes. In this video, we are going to discuss about past paper, paper 4. Past paper, paper 4 questions related to experimental technique. Experimental technique. Okay, here first we have to discuss here question number 1, October, November 2007. November 2007, question number 1. Okay. This question related to separation of mixture. We have different type of mixture and we have to separate, we have to choose the suitable method to separate this mixture. Okay, so to solve this type of question you need a basic idea about this type of separation of mixture. Here first I am giving here this apparatus arrangement showing filtration. Okay, here filtration mean a mixture which contain solid which not dissolved. Okay, mixture which contain undissolved solid from mixture can be separated by filtration. For example, sand in water. Sand do not dissolve in the water. This sand can be separated by filtration. Okay, so look here, sand and water we will put on the top. Only sand will stay in the filter paper or filter funnel, water coming down. Okay, so solid which is staying on the top, it is called residue. Okay, and water which came down, it is called filtrate. For filtration we will use this type of funnel, it is called filter funnel. Okay, so this is one method of separation. This figure showing distillation. Okay, there are two different type of distillation: simple distillation and fractional distillation. Simple distillation and fractional distillation. Simple distillation and fractional distillation, their difference based on their boiling point. Okay, fractions with a different boiling point we can separate by distillation. Fractions with a different boiling point. Fractions mean, what do you mean by fractions? Fractions mean different components of a mixture. That is fractions. For example, seawater which contains salt and water. So salt and water, there are two fractions. Okay, mixture of ethanol and water. So what are the fractions? Ethanol and water, these are the fractions. Okay, so this type of mixture we can separate by distillation. There are two different type of distillation: simple distillation and fractional distillation. Simple distillation mean the boiling point of the fractions are big difference. Okay, I told you here mixture which contain different type of fractions. Okay, each fractions have boiling point. Their boiling point difference will be higher in simple distillation. For example, seawater. Okay, from seawater we can separate water by simple distillation. From seawater we can separate water by simple distillation. So seawater, there is water and salt. Water, its boiling point 100 degrees Celsius, and salt, it has high boiling point more than 700 degrees Celsius. Okay, 100 and 700. So their boiling point difference, their boiling points are big difference. In such a situation we will use simple distillation. Look here, fractional distillation. Fractional distillation mean the fractions of this mixture, their boiling points close each other. Boiling points not much different. Okay, for example, separation of oxygen and nitrogen from air. Okay, separation of oxygen and nitrogen from air, we will use fractional distillation. Okay, here air we will liquefy at a high pressure and very low temperature, air will change to liquid state. This liquid air will warm, then we can separate oxygen and nitrogen. Okay, the boiling point of oxygen and nitrogen very close each other, not a big difference, they are gaseous state. Okay, so such situation we will use fractional distillation. Another example, ethanol and water. Ethanol, its boiling point around 70 degrees Celsius. Water, its boiling point 100 degrees Celsius. So we will use fractional distillation. Fractional distillation. Okay. Now see here this question, how to solve it. Here we have 5 different mixture. We have to choose suitable method to separate this mixture. First one, water from aqueous copper sulfate. We have aqueous copper sulfate, we want to separate water. Okay, so we have to use simple distillation. Water from aqueous copper sulfate, so we have to say here simple distillation. Okay, look here, so we solved this one. Water from aqueous copper sulfate, we had to say simple distillation. Look here, this one, third one, copper sulfate from aqueous copper sulfate. You need copper sulfate from aqueous copper sulfate, then we have to say crystallization. Water, we have to get water, then we have to say simple distillation. Water from aqueous copper sulfate, simple distillation. Copper sulfate, you want to get copper sulfate from aqueous copper sulfate, then we have to say crystallization. Okay. Next one, mixture of helium and argon. We want to separate. Second one, mixture of helium and argon. Helium and argon we can separate by diffusion. Okay, diffusion also used to separate mixture. Diffusion means movement of particles from one place to another place. Movement of particles from higher concentration region to lower concentration region. You know, in diffusion, particles having higher boiling point, particles having high molecular mass, it diffuse slowly. Particles with very low molecular mass, it diffuse faster. So here you have helium and argon. Helium, it has very low molecular mass, argon comparatively higher molecular mass. So helium diffuse faster and argon diffuse slowly. So we can separate them with help of diffusion. Okay, here ethanol from aqueous ethanol. Fourth one, ethanol from aqueous ethanol. Just before I told you how to separate ethanol and water. Okay, so we have to use fractional distillation because their boiling point much close each other. Okay, so fractional distillation we have to use. Next one, last one, separation of barium sulfate from mixture of water and barium sulfate. Okay, the chapter acid, base and salt. Okay, you learn this chapter, and there is salt which dissolve in water, salt which do not dissolve in water. So barium sulfate not dissolving in water. Barium sulfate do not dissolve in the water. Okay, so this salt from water can be separated by filtration. So these are the different methods to separate the mixture. Clear? One. Next we have to discuss here May-June 2009 question number 1. May-June 2009 question number 1. Okay, here this question related to chromatography. Okay, those who did not have any basic idea about chromatography, please check the playlist and you have to watch the video related to chromatography. Okay, after watching this chromatography lesson, then you have to solve this question. Okay, so look here, this question related to chromatography. Here it is given some grass, green grass is given, grass plant. Okay, So some grasses are given. This green grass crushed, okay, then mixed with a suitable solvent, okay. After crushed, mix with a suitable solvent, conduct filtration, then take out the filtrate. We have to take the filtrate. After getting filtrate, we have to conduct chromatographic experiment. Okay, then we have to analyze how many different pigments present in this grass solution. This is the question. So here first question, based on this first question, draw a labeled diagram. Draw a labeled diagram to describe. You could show that there is more than one colored pigment in grass solution. Here we have to draw a labeled diagram. Okay, we have to draw a labeled diagram of chromatogram, which it's showing that this green grass solution which contain more than one colored pigment. More than one. Listen that, more than one colored pigment. Clear? To solve this question, look here. Here it is given. See here, this first one, it's showing chromatographic paper. In chromatographic paper, on the base part, on the bottom part, there is a line. It is called baseline. Okay, we will put sample on the baseline. Sample drop. We will put one drop of sample on the baseline. Then we will conduct chromatographic experiment. This is the chromatographic experiment. Okay, after chromatographic experiment, the result will be like this. Clear? Now see here, this is our answer. This is the answer. Okay. So you have to draw like this. Chromatographic paper, baseline. Here it is called origin. It is origin, mean we will put sample on this. Okay. So here you have to show more than one. You cannot count this one. This is our sample. Okay. Except this. Here 1, 2, 3. You have to draw more than one spot over here. You have to show more than one spot, because the question asking we have to show the color green grass solution contain more than one pigment. More than one mean we have to draw here 2, 3, 4, more than one spot. Okay, and also we have to draw a line over here. This is solvent front. Okay, so this is the answer first question. This is the answer for first question. Clear? Okay. Here next question here. Given a pure sample of chlorophyll. Here second question saying we have green grass solution. We made it. Okay. Also we are given a pure chlorophyll solution. Okay, so we have to conduct chromatographic experiment including both pure sample chlorophyll and our green grass solution. Then we have to show, how could you show that the green grass solution contain, green grass solution from the grass contain chlorophyll. Okay, so we have green grass solution, also we have chlorophyll. Okay, so we have to show our green grass solution contain pure chlorophyll. Okay, so to answer this question, here no need to draw diagram, you just explain. You have to explain, but you see this diagram. After see this diagram, you can explain very easily. Okay, so I will explain here. Take a chromatographic paper, draw baseline, and put pure chlorophyll and sample on the baseline. Then conduct chromatographic experiment. Then analyze chromatogram. For this question, you have 2 marks, so you can answer like this. Okay. So here, take chromatographic paper, put pure sample of chlorophyll pure chlorophyll and sample our green grass sample on the baseline. Then conduct chromatographic experiment. Conduct chromatographic experiment. Then analyze chromatogram. Analyze chromatogram. Okay. Here analyze chromatogram mean, look here. Here pure, this is pure sample chlorophyll. This is our sample, our green grass solution. Here both pure sample and our green grass solution contain one spot similar level. Here this spot and this spot are in same level. It's showing that our green grass solution contain pure chlorophyll. Okay, so to answer this type of question, you have to understand, you have to make this type of picture in your mind, then write in the words. Okay, how to write this in the words? You have to say, take chromatographic paper, put green grass solution, and pure chlorophyll spot, pure chlorophyll sample on the baseline, then conduct chromatographic experiment, then analyze chromatogram. There will be one spot in each pure chlorophyll and green grass solution. It will be in same level. It's showing that green grass solution contain pure chlorophyll. Clear? Again, next question, it is related to separation of mixture. This question from May June 2011, question number 1. We had different type of mixture and asking which method we will choose to separate this mixture. Okay, first one, methane. Methane from a mixture of gases, methane and ethane. Just before we solved how to separate argon and helium, similar way we can separate methane and ethane. Methane and ethane we can separate by diffusion. We will use diffusion to separate this mixture. Next one, water from aqueous magnesium sulfate. Also we solve this type of question. Water from aqueous copper sulfate, simple distillation. Also here we will use simple distillation to separate this mixture. Water from aqueous magnesium sulfate, simple distillation. Next one, third one, glycine from a mixture of amino acid, glycine and lysine. Look here, separation of colored mixture we can separate by chromatography. Remember this, separation of colored mixture, chromatography. Also remember, there are different type of amino acid. Protein made up of amino acid. There are different type of amino acid. This amino acid can be separated by chromatography. Okay, so sometimes you have a given sample of protein mixed with a suitable solvent. Okay, and we can separate them. We can separate different type of amino acid with help of chromatography. So here glycine and lysine can be separated by chromatography. Okay, next one, iron fillings from mixture of iron fillings and water. Iron fillings, iron powder in water do not dissolve, we know. So undissolved substance from water can be separated by filtration. Okay, here next one, zinc sulfate crystals. Here saying zinc sulfate crystals from aqueous zinc sulfate. Only we have to choose evaporation. Okay, zinc sulfate crystals from zinc sulfate solution, aqueous zinc sulfate. So water will be evaporate and we will get only zinc sulfate. So we have to choose evaporation. Okay, last one here, it is given hexane, a mixture which contain, it is liquid state, it contain hexane and octane. Hexane and octane liquids we can separate by fractional distillation. Okay, For example, this type I told you before, oxygen and nitrogen, it is gaseous state. At high pressure and low temperature we can liquefy them. Okay, then we can separate oxygen and nitrogen. We can separate with help of fractional distillation. Similarly, here also hexane and octane, it is liquid state. We can separate them with help of fractional distillation, because their boiling point is much close each other, so we have to use fractional distillation. Okay, so these are the things we have to discuss in this video. Next part we will discuss later. Okay, more question related to experimental technique. Okay, so thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe, share to your friends, like the video. Okay, thank you. Bye bye.